Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's FabriChat.
Happy May 24th.
Good morning.
So, welcome back, or if you're new to our channel, we are a mother-daughter duo, and we have owned a quilt shop in Central Washington State for 23 years, and every Wednesday morning we have kind of a little FabriChat, and this is Maisie, so people remind us we're no longer a duo, we're a trio, and this is my granddaughter, Brianna's third child. And we also do box openings every Wednesday night at 5 and Sunday afternoon at 12:30. And you can find our shop at FabricPatch.net. And we're open, Wednesday through Saturday? Wednesday,
10 to
Thursday,
5.
Friday, Saturday, 10 to 5 if you're in the area.
Yeah.
And we have a retreat center, 2 of them, in fact, in Soap Lake, Washington. All right. I feel like I have to say that every time. We're supposed to say it every time because we get funny little comments. Wait, now what? Wait, now who are you? What boxes are you opening? So, all right. So now it's time to catch up. So, and it's funny. People keep saying, "Well, I check in. I have no idea what you're saying. I just want to see how much Maisie has
I know,
grown."
yeah.
She has grown a lot.
Yeah,
She is
has.
now. Let's see. 2 days ago, she was officially 5 months old.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's rolling over. She's singing
A lot, loudly.
and Harper has taught her how to do a raspberry.
Yeah, it's really
She's
cute.
doing extremely well. She can totally get that down. And she still won't pull a toy for Lizzie, though.
No, and Liz doesn't understand.
No,
She
Lizzie's
brings
fairly
her
upset by
toys, and she doesn't even reach for it.
No,
It's just not fair.
not ready for that. So, let's see. So, I am not sick. I don't know why my voice is like this. I think
Because
it
you're
happens
tired.
when I'm tired.
And you, after a retreat, you're talking for 3 days.
Yeah, talking a lot. And talking loudly.
Yeah,
A little
machines.
rowdy group. Imagine spending a weekend with 4 Karens. They were actually all really nice.
they were all
We were
fabulous.
using the Karen joke constantly. They were all adorable. Everybody was. It was a really nice group.
Really good group.
Really nice group. It was our first retreat of the season. We have a retreat center, and so we rent it out to guilds and groups that want to come and hang out. But we host several retreats per year where just come by yourself or bring a friend and you meet a bunch of new friends, and we feed you and we teach you something and we hang out and play lots of games. We had stopped playing games for a while because people were just like, oh, not one more game. So this time we played a game, 2 games per day.
Yeah.
And they were all into it. They said, okay, we're glad you brought the games back. So, but there's really good prizes and it is pretty fun. So anyway, so we're back on for the games. So, and this, I thought I would bring this. So we had a couple of last minute cancellations. We had one gal that had fallen and broke her orbital bone, not with us, at home 2 days before she was supposed to come. Another one who fell and broke her wrist. And then we had another one who came a day early, and she was so congested with such a flare-up of her allergies that she did not stay. And we said to her, it's probably the Cottonwood, or the, you want to turn so you can look at me? She's trying to talk to me. You don't want these. You don't want these.
I do.
I do. And we thought it was either the Cottonwood, because we have these trees in the park across the street from us, or the canola oil. The canola blooms are really, really bad. Well, what happened was I went out, we were talking about it, so I just went out and I grabbed, I'm just going to take this out for a second. It doesn't actually bother me, but so you guys can see it. It really is just like cotton.
Yeah, cotton fiber.
So I walked into the back door with this, carrying this, and I walked up, and Lori, Bill Martin, was sitting there. Lori's eyes instantly started turning red.
Oh, really?
And she said, oh my gosh, what is that? And I said, oh, and I went right outside with it. So we never even talked about it. But isn't that funny? Some people who are so affected by it. But this is just a tiny little bit. It's just like cotton. And this is just It's pretty much done blooming.
Yeah,
but
that was just the
there is
cleanup.
residual of it all over the place. And they were saying that it gets caught in the sewer system.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it's a headache for the city.
It's funny that they wouldn't just replace those trees, but
right, I don't know, or plant some new ones and then cut those ones down, because I know they're all kind of in a cool spot, but I wouldn't say it's a windbreak or anything by any means. But I wonder if it would mess up their electrical lines or their water lines. If they pulled them or cut
shade,
them.
so you couldn't hardly have a city park without shade.
Yeah, I feel like they'd have to plant new ones and then cut those down after. I don't know, but
bad planning. I mean, we can kind of feel it, a little bit, but nothing like you
crazy.
think. Yeah. So anyway,
I bet it clogs up and probably worse than leaves do. I bet.
Yeah. But it's.
I bet the birds like it though.
I would think so.
What a pretty little plush
out there. I know. I've had so much fun watching the robins. Gosh, they're fun to watch. They just stand there, and then it's like they're looking. I'm sure are they cocking to hear the worms?
Oh,
or
maybe.
What?
Maybe it's to hear.
Because they turn and then they grab it. It's the weirdest thing. How they know under those layers that there's. What are you doing? That there's worms down there. Sure. And then the quail are eating the strawberries.
Oh, if it's not your dog trampling, the neighborhood eating them. It's the quails.
I know. And I was kind of upset because I want to eat the strawberries, but I kind of like to watch them. No, they take 3 bites out of each one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of not happy, but I like watching them, and I can't decide.
And you have a whole family.
Yeah.
Speaking of family, we have a family of ducks. So we've been watching
out in the
ditch. Yeah.
Oh, so there's an irrigation ditch
that runs right in the front
for watering.
Yeah, and so we've watched Mom and Dad for a while just swim up and they swim down. It was really sweet to watch them and maneuvering
Mallards.
And then this morning, Wyatt saw them. He's like, Mom, they've got babies. Oh. So we saw Mom and her little 8 babies.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them were on the bank when we stopped. She must have been calling them to come back down. And then they were swimming back. So yeah, we've got a beaver dam with a beaver.
A real beaver.
In
the irrigation district.
I'll put a picture, because I took a picture of the ducks. And so you'll see our irrigation ditch, and he's a beaver. But we've got a line of trees where we have it, and then his dam is just beyond that. So I mean, he's got a good spot.
The ditch riders, they're going to come and tear that out of there.
Yeah, if our ditch rider would do their job. But we've called them 3 times this year already because it's going to overflow. Where it was like a foot from the top. It's like, got a problem. But I think what's funny, I think it gets stuck at the next neighbors because that's when the culvert starts for however long. I think it gets stuck in there because they don't clean it out as well as they should. And there's a lot of water that runs.
I just can't believe that you have a beaver out there.
I know.
It makes you wonder where he came from because
how'd he get there?
Because it's in the middle of all farmland.
Yeah.
So how did he get there? And I suppose he could have just swum down the culvert, but he had to have come down through the canal.
You gotta get in there first.
Yeah.
It's quite the story, I'm sure.
And he's all by himself. Do you think he's looking for
he's happy. Maybe that's why he's building the dam.
Well, he's trying to...
If you build a home, they will come.
He's trying to woo a missus.
Well, he wooed a family of ducks. Who already has a mister.
Not so sure.
I know. So yeah, we got little duckies. They're really cute.
There's some rock chucks out there. I wonder if a beaver would fall in love with a rock chuck. Love is love, Can't be judgy about who you're loving.
Maybe. I don't know. They live in the same area of that area, so. But yeah, beaver and ducks.
Fun.
And of course our chickens.
Fun. And the chickens.
And Mace.
And Maisie.
So yeah, my kids were super excited this morning when they got to see baby ducks.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's really good. I know I'm waiting for the baby quails. I haven't. I mean, there aren't babies yet, but there's a whole family. There's,
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that are out there.
Yeah.
But somebody was super excited to see quail, was like, squealing, oh, it's a quail. And so I can't think of who it was, but it must be somebody who doesn't have quail at their house because quail
like
just
nuisance.
Run rampant.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, they don't do anything super bad.
No.
They're going to eat your garden.
But otherwise, they're pretty docile, keep to themselves.
Yeah, they go up on our roof a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. Guess what this is?
Yeah. A pheasant?
Wyatt.
Oh, Wyatt. He's a heartbreaker, man.
Oh, he is such a sweet boy. I mean, we say that all the time, but he is so kind, and it just comes so natural to him to just be so gentle and so sweet. And in fact, at one point, we were over at Daisy. We were eating our meals over at Daisy House, and we were sewing over at Gate 17. So
which is just across the alley from
across the alley. We have 2 retreat centers. One will hold 16 and one holds 10. And we use them together, when we're doing this. But anyway, so walking across the alley, there's rocks. So we were all over there the last night. Employees all come out, bring their husbands, come out for like a barbecue and stuff. And then, of course, Brianna's out there and brings the kids. And anyway, we were over there eating, and Harper had lost her shoes.
She takes them off, man.
And so, so Harper was walking back without shoes. And Wyatt, without missing a beat, not for 1 second, it's like, oh, here, take mine. He took off his shoes to give his shoes to his sister so that she didn't have to walk across the rocks, and then he walked across the rocks. He's just a really kind-hearted person. So he was out there kind of hanging out with us a little bit, and Carmel was down at the end, and he just latched on to Carmel.
Yeah.
And mostly, I think, because Carmel gave him some fabric and scissors.
Yeah.
And so he was cutting up fabric, and then he started telling her, sew this one on here. So she's making her quilt, her pineapple quilt. And he's telling her, put this one on next. So she was doing it exactly the way he said. And, it wasn't necessarily the way you or I would do it, but she did it anyway. And so then he was making his own, but for him, he said instead of a quilt, he was calling it a towel. A towel. So he would cut, and he'd cut a piece and he'd hand it to her and say, we'll sew it right there. And then the second day he was out there, and I'd given him a piece of fabric, and he was cutting it up into squares, and he was taking it around to everybody. So he'd give everybody a square of fabric, and it was really sweet because he'd had...
What are you doing?
Because that'll make her be quiet. I love that sound.
No? I think she might be getting tired.
You tired? Nope. Anyway, so he was cutting this up into little squares, and he'd bring it over, and he would hand it to someone, to a Karen, and they would say, "Oh, thank you," very much. And then he'd stand there,
kind of awkwardly until,
and then all of a sudden he'd walk off, and he'd go get something else, and he'd come back, and he'd stand there. And then he'd go, And so I finally said, he's waiting for a hug.
Yeah.
And they go, because I think it's a whole new world, and you're not supposed to touch children or whatever. I will be arrested. We never know when this is going to happen because I hug everybody. But anyway, so sure enough, they were, so then they're all into it. And so then he's getting all of these hugs. Well, then he couldn't come the third day. He didn't come back. He was hanging out with Grandpa. So what happened was the little, and I already mentioned he didn't call it a quilt, he called it a towel. A towel. So they finished it for him, and then they passed it around, and everybody out there added a piece from their quilt. You'll recognize. They added a piece to make it a little bit bigger, and then I have a picture of them, and then they attached a note. So they really wanted to, and they want next year, they want him to come up and sew.
And I had told him that, and he thought that was kind of a cool idea. That is so cute.
Isn't that sweet? Let me take off the note.
And this middle bit right here was how
what he did.
Told Carmel to stitch it on.
Yeah, put this here, but you can see he cuts them really little.
Yeah.
And then so she was top stitching, and then you can see as they went around. I mean, you can tell whose quilt is whose.
Yeah.
They're pieces. So, and I love that it's crooked.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I love that. that.
So, yeah, it's adorable. And then they have this sweet little note for him. Isn't that cute? You want to see that?
You want to see that? It's your brother's.
A little towel.
He will love it.
I know. It's so sweet. So,
because he has that little Macy doll that we got, and we opened it for that box opening, and they both love the little Macy doll. I have a picture of even Maisie falling asleep with her Macy doll.
Her Macy doll.
He might give this to that. Give his doll that. Isn't that cool? I think that was so sweet.
It's so sweet.
He had so much fun though.
It's super.
When
super
he had to go to school on Thursday, because we were out there Wednesday also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when we went to school on Thursday morning, he was adamant that I could not go out there without him, because his friend needed his help. Yes. And, you know, if he didn't have to go to school today, he would understand. I said, well, you have to go to school, but after I pick you up, we'll go out there and you can see what Carmel needs from you.
Yeah. And I don't think Carmel ever found her scissors.
Really?
I don't think she did. So we don't know what happened to them, because they were a really nice pair of scissors, and Wyatt was using them, and we don't know. She ended up with somebody else's scissors, and she ended up with Karen's scissors, one of the Karen's scissors, but Karen didn't end up with hers. So I don't know. We'll find them.
Maybe
someday.
when they're unpacking,
somebody's going to find them in some weird place, you know, where you set things down. But I don't know. But anyway, it was really fun, really sweet. It's fun to, I love it too that everybody is so willing and actually excited to hang out with your kids.
I know.
You know, to spend time with, and Eliza came out. And,
that was fun.
So yeah, to all of these. And Maisie was out there being baby boss.
Yeah. I took her stroller and she just walked around. She chatted a little bit.
Great. It was fun. I was carrying her, and I was walking around checking on everybody, so I'd walk up, and instead of them going, oh yeah, I have a question, it was, oh, and how are you?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
They totally forgot if they had a question.
Yeah, they had no questions for me. It was just Maisie running around. But anyway, so super fun. So our next retreat coming up is Tracy's Mixed Media Retreat.
Yeah.
That's going to be really, really fun. And then we have the Flower Garden, and then Sunny Days, which is our beginning one. And then we have the Buddy Retreat, which is like a 2-for-1 deal, which is kind of fun. I can't remember, what quilt are we making for that one?
That Star Stepping? Star Stepping or Crackers or something.
Oh, maybe
it was
Crackers.
It was just a PC one.
An easy one.
And really, they could do anything they wanted, but...
Yeah, because I think we have a couple people now that have signed it. They can't get into anything else, and so they signed up for... I shouldn't have said it like that. But it's the machine embroidery. Yeah. I say it that way because I am not a machine embroiderer. I have a machine that does it, but
which is fun. I think last year think we were almost half and half.
Yeah,
we had half people who were embroidering with me, and the other half were just here to have fun and sew.
Yeah, because September was the right time to come, and so they came to the machine embroidery retreat and worked on something different. Are you singing or talking?
A little bit of both. Want to see this?
She said, I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
She really likes her nails on the table.
All right, let's see. What else? Oh, I was going to give you some statistics. And it could be why I'm so tired. Oh my gosh. You know, we had salads and we had vegetable trays and we had, you know, reasonable food, but we also, this particular one that we just did was our Southern Comfort Retreat.
Oh gosh,
and
it was
Jan
so good.
Kalanick came. We gave everybody a cookbook, and it was Jan's recipes, and we made all of this stuff out of there. It was really, really good, but it was a whole lot of butter. And so I have
eggs.
some.
So I had 4.5 dozen of my chicken eggs, and I think you bought another 4 or 5 dozen of it?
12 dozen. We went through 12 dozen eggs. Do you have a guess for how many pounds of butter? Have I already told you?
Oh, geez. You only bought 4 pounds of butter at Winco, and I was pretty sure that wasn't going to be enough.
I was in it for the first day. The first meal.
I was 10, 12 pounds.
Oh, honey. 21.
Oh!
21.
That's some good Southern making, though.
Oh, my God. My whole body is like...
Oh, I bet.
And then, oh my gosh, guess how many pounds of sugar? And I mean, and the only sugar that was left out of this was a little bit in the sugar dish in the coffee sugar dish on the last day.
Oh, if you're asking how much, well, you had a 5-pound bag. 10 pounds of sugar?
15. I bought another 10-pound bag. And then guess how many gallons of half and half, because I bought the half and half by half gallons.
Of half
How
and
many
half?
gallons? Because I bought it by half gallon, which might help you, but how many gallons of half and half?
Well, I didn't think you used that much.
Okay, yeah, because it's in the biscuits, it's in the quiche, it was in the soups, it was in the gravies. Everything is gravy.
Gravies.
It was
I didn't even think
smothered
the
pork chops.
Oh.
It was biscuits and gravy. It was.
it 2 gallons?
They put
No, 4 gallons.
they put cream in things that you'd never think of putting cream in. 6 gallons of half
and half. 6 gallons.
12 half gallon.
That's a lot.
I know. I'm so tired.
I mean, it was so good though. I would do it over again.
It was so good. It was so good because what we did was we had a soup of the day, and then we had a sandwich bar for lunch and a sandwich bar. It was kind of more of a brunch, and then we had like a hot breakfast item. So we had brunch at 11 o'clock, and so everybody did the same thing. It's like, well, I want a little bit of that soup,
Right.
And I want a little bit of the biscuits and gravy,
I
or
tried
the
a little bit of
scones,
everything.
or the whatever, and then so it was. And it was the same thing at dinner. Oh, sweet potato pie.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh my gosh, you missed the sweet potato pie? That's right, that was Saturday night. Oh man. Even people who don't care for pumpkin pie, because Pa doesn't like pumpkin pie,
Right.
and he liked that.
Oh.
Because he said, no, I don't like pumpkin pie, and I said, it's not pumpkin pie, it's sweet potato pie. And he goes, oh, I don't know if I like sweet potatoes.
Sliver.
I said, take a bite of mine. He took a bite, and then he ate it. Then I had to go get another piece, and then he went and got another piece. Yeah, it was really, really good. Really, really good. So,
And is sweet potato pie better for you or the same as pumpkin pie?
well, I would guess it's the same. I mean, there's a whole lot of cream and a whole lot of sugar.
Yeah, mine
and,
is not pumpkin pie.
You know, I mean, but you know,
But you
it's
think
a
the
squash.
nutritional value of a pumpkin versus a sweet potato is probably the same.
I would think so. I mean, it's potato family,
Oh, okay.
so I don't think we would eat it because of its nutritional value.
Well, that's true. That's what am I thinking? For the quart of half and half and the butter and the extra sugar.
That's right. And the other thing that is important to note is sweet potato pie is a side dish.
Oh, it's not dessert?
No. Dessert that night
Oh.
was carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. Because, no, sweet potato pie is a side dish.
It's a side dish.
Just like tomato
Interesting.
pie is.
You know what my favorite thing is that I didn't realize I would like so much was the cabbage and bacon.
Oh my gosh, that was good. But a little frightening about how it's made. I mean, I love fried cabbage. We eat
Cardiac
fried
arrest
cabbage
right
a couple
there,
times. Oh. I mean, a couple times a week we have that. We'll have, what do we call them? We call them,
Brussels sprouts?
no, egg roll bowls.
Oh, egg roll bowls.
Is what we call it. So it's just like you're making the filling for an egg roll and you serve it in a bowl. And we eat that several times a week. We like that with the fried cabbage. But the southern fried cabbage is you cut up your bacon, you fry your bacon, and the grease is still in the pan. You don't take that grease out.
And you cook down 2
You
heads of lettuce.
Put
Or
your
like
cabbage and you cook that down.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was gonna go back for seconds. There wasn't any left.
It was
late to the party.
it was good.
My kids even ate it, which I mean they like bacon, but they ate their cabbage like. And I felt like it also reminded me of Brussels sprouts, and I love Brussels sprouts,
Yeah,
which
me
makes
too.
sense. It's baby cabbage, and it's essentially how I make it without, drowning it in bacon grease. But I mean, it didn't disappoint.
Well, my Aunt Jerry, she cooked kind of a lot of Southern cooking. That was her style of cooking. And she always had that tin of bacon grease on her stove. And that was what she always used. She always, I never ever remember her having, oil, a bottle of vegetable oil or whatever. It was always bacon grease. She fried eggs in bacon grease. She fried potatoes in bacon grease. Everything was slathered in bacon grease.
Huh. There you go.
I don't know. Anyway, I feel as though that has contributed to why I was so
Groggy.
Yeah, I think that.
Well, it's a good thing to then come from Southern Comfort to Tracy's, where Tracy's is going to make sure
a little bit healthier.
You're eating good, you're thinking good, you're stretching it out. I mean, yes, she's going to fix you.
Yeah.
She'll fix you right.
One last little tidbit is you can call it a salad and eat it anytime you want. There was something called something called Snickers salad. and you chop up the Snickers candy bars, and what else was in it? Apple, chopped up apple, and Cool Whip.
And Cool Whip. That was it.
That was all that was in it. It was salad.
Wyatt liked it. He only liked the Cool Whip and the Snickers bar, and they didn't want the apple. And one of the guys was like, "Yeah, it was too salady if you put the apple in it." Yeah. I was so
you could
funny.
also call it a fruit salad.
A fruit salad.
Yeah. And then we had pear salad, which was canned pears, cream cheese, and lemon jello.
Yeah.
Not lemon pudding. Lemon jello. That was also really good. And again, called a salad. And so, anyway, it was fantastic. It was
all really,
so
good.
fun. And yeah, it was so nice to meet Jan Kalanick in person.
Yeah.
Have her teach us all of her little tricks and tidbits about Southern cooking. And anyway, and this one too, I think that's why we had 5 husbands.
Yeah.
That came just for the food.
The food was real good.
Yeah, the food was good. Yeah, it was really good. All right, let's see. And I think that's about it that for catch up on things. Let's see. We talked a lot about the cruises, people that had a lot of those guys that were at the retreat are either going on the Columbia River cruise or the Bali cruise or both. And so we talked a lot about that. I showed them some of the things that we have planned for the Columbia River cruise excursion. If you're still interested in that, we do still have some spots. I think there's 2 spots left on that Columbia River cruise. So, and that's in October. If you have questions, you can email us.
And someone called the other day and asked what we meant by 2 spots. It's 2 cabins. So it is you and your sister, you and your husband, you guys can have a cabin. Or if you want the cabin all by yourself, you can have it by yourself.
Single occupancy.
It's 2 cabins. So essentially it could be 4 people. So keep that in mind. We
and they always on the cruise ships, all of them. It's 2 twin beds, and that either put them together as a king size bed, or they'll have them as separate beds, and so they always do that so they can.
Did she sleep?
She's
out. Oh. It happens so fast. It's just all of a sudden, and she's like a puppy.
She's trying to keep those eyes open. She's trying to. We'll see what happens. Bless her little heart. We tease her and call her Boss Baby, and you'll see when you come into the store, she has her little seat, Oh, well, you guys have seen that with her.
Yeah.
And she just loves to watch and
on Monday,
and
it was pretty funny because she sits on Marjorie's table on Mondays, and she was having so much fun talking to Marjorie, and then she kept reaching for I could never figure out what she wanted, but whatever was in that corner, she kept trying to reach for it, and then they'd plop her back up, and then she'd reach for it and giggle and talk the whole time, but I don't know how much they got done, but all the orders were cut. But you talk about me? Sleepy? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Are you sleepy? Oh, you can take a little nap.
And you'll see if you guys placed an order probably on Sunday. I ran out of paper at my house, and I print off your orders.
It was so cute. On Wyatt and Harper's little scribble paper.
I was totally out of paper, so I had to tear up one of their sketchbooks. So they had perforated, and it was a really nice piece of paper. But some of you guys have original artwork.
It was pretty cute.
It was pretty funny.
I know. I picked it up. I was like, oh, this is so cute.
Yeah. So it was pretty cute.
Yeah.
So if you notice, they look a little like they were drawn on. They were. I tried to only do the clean ones, but they got some marked up ones in there. But
that's hilarious. I think that's really funny.
Quilt behind us.
Second
slice. Yeah. And this has a mixture of art gallery and a mixture of, this is a Moda collection. I can't think of it off the top of my head. So I do have some kits of this one.
We don't have any idea what you're saying.
No, I know. She gives you in and out.
She's just a little angel. Yeah, and then now her eyes are open again. I'm not.
You know what's funny is she is one of those babies, she smiles in her sleep, which I think is fabulous.
She's adorable. Her eyes are just, I don't know what she's looking at. Just not gonna fall asleep. She's so happy.
She is. She's a very happy baby.
Yeah.
And very content. I mean, again, she only gets upset if she's asked a couple times, and I've missed that meant food.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Other than that,
I'm hungry.
And she's kind of had a sore butt for about a couple weeks now. I'm thinking when we had people over, someone let her like ketchup or a mustard, like a
something
pickle,
citrusy,
something
or acidy.
acidic. We think, and she hasn't even had one day where she's, upset or cries, and you realize, oh, she has, done something in her diaper. So it's just pretty. Yeah, she's pretty impressive.
She's just a sweet girl.
Yeah.
Such a sweetheart. All right, let's see. Well, I'm sure there's other things that we should fill you in on, but I'm still in my butter coma.
Barely. Here's a walking sweet treat.
I know. Well, then the other thing too is that there was some leftovers, and so, I should have just
say no.
I mean, we sent a lot of food home with Becky, and we sent but Dad and I, again, Monday night, we were out there. It's like, I remember there was no sweet potato pie left. There was, the fried chicken. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of fried chicken. It was good, though.
No, there's none left now.
It's all gone
but we sent a lot of food home. But
good.
Anyway, so now I should start to clean out my arteries just a little bit. But anyway. All right. Well, let's see. So what do we have going on this week? So we have box opening tonight at 5, and there are tons of boxes out there.
Oh my gosh, so many boxes. I don't know. I think I'm going to do I was kind of fluffing through it this morning. I think we're going to do a Northcott, a Moda, and there's 3 E.E. Shank Notion boxes.
Ooh.
One was heavy, so there's fabric in there too, so I don't know what's going on. But there's a lot of notions, and I feel like I cannot remember what I must have ordered 4 days ago. So I don't know. My guess is it's stuff we're out of, so there's that.
Yeah. Or things that we needed for the retreat or something, but...
Yeah, so I think it'll be a pretty full box opening. We are going to do a box opening on Sunday. So if you're...
Oh, right, because it's a holiday weekend, so you may be camping or doing whatever, but we're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, we're going to do it on Sunday, because I'll be camping. Me and the kids are going, and Robert, I guess. We're going up to the cabin.
We're only going to go for, one night. Just go up for the day, spend the night, come back, because we've got a deck to finish.
Yeah.
We have a conditional occupancy permit for Daisy House, because we have the top of the deck on, we don't have the sides on, and we don't have the railing. Mm-hmm. And so, legally, someone could, I don't know, fall off the edge. And so we had 60 days to get that.
And it's probably not bad, because, you've had one group in there, and then it's you. So you don't have a huge risk of incident.
Well, we don't have anybody in there that are dorks, really. But I guess the rules are the rules, so we'll get that done. So we don't get to take a 3-day vacation, 4-day. You guys are going up Friday?
I think we're going to go up Friday after Robert gets off. We'll be up there at dark, but we feel like then the kids can just do whatever. We're just going to take some sleeping bags, and...
It's such a pretty spot up there.
Yeah, they're excited.
Yeah. Wyatt would go up every weekend.
Yeah, he would live there. He would live there. Mm-hmm. Dirt, sticks,
fish. We can fish right off of the...
Place to ride his 4-wheeler all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty nice up there. All right. Well, we will see you tonight at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at FabricPatch.net.